she throwing the.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Along with the all-star team of Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. A moment here to see the numbers for Al Horford.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games. Looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line. And it's been fun to watch.
Looking at the starting 5 for Boston. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Brown in at the 3. And for Miami, they've got James, Chris Paul out there with Luka Doncic. Then it's Dwight Howard. And it's Turkoglu in at the 3 spot. Well, we're coming right down to the last bit of the season, Grant. What's the messaging like from coaches right now?
Well, B.A., for teams that are in the mix, coaches are asking you to keep doing what you've been doing. But a lot of that extra motivation comes from your teammates and in the locker room.
Now, here is James. Double team on James. Pass to Turkoglu. From downtown. It's hauled in by White. To the inside. Here's Tatum. Outside, Brown. Porzingis sets a screen. Back to Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. Goes up on the wing. And he knocks the jumper down.
Yeah, such a good-looking jumper. Nice high release. Tatum can do this all day.
Doncic outside. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Now here's Holiday. So far, he's averaging 11 points a game, and it's Tatum missing.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
James, and it's James with the jam.
It doesn't get much better than that. LeBron putting some muscle on the slam.
Outside Holiday. Here's Brown. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday.
I mean, what do you expect when you give him the clear look? That's just too easy.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this early.
Now, here's James. Really helps his team on offense, recording 20 points a game.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Well, Coach, how about the Eric Spoelstra story? Started as a video coordinator with the Heat back in '95. You were an assistant in Miami back then.
Yeah, look, Brian, even then, Eric is one of the rare guys that all of us on the staff knew right from the beginning that he had all the makings of a great coach. Players trusted him and had confidence in his ability to help them.
From the video room to the Hall of Fame one day.
No question.
And down it goes. 2 points.
Finishing strong inside. Holiday doesn't want to waste a quality look.
Doncic outside. The kick out to Paul from outside the arc. And again, Miami with a triple.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
The Celtics have gone 3 of 4, off to a nice start. Holiday, a screen on Doncic. Down low. Rebound Miami. They've been on a heater of late. 7 wins in a row.
Well, I think they've found something. I like how they're executing. They're playing with a lot of energy. We'll see if they can keep it going.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well. And when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. Here's Turkoglu following the bucket by Boston. 1:41 left to play in the first quarter. And here's Doncic outside. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. Celtics trail by 3. A quick shot there. It's off target. And it's Paul with the ball for the Heat. And they've been winning at a high level this season. Most games not even close. Their point differential is sky high.
Yeah, a lot of their games have been essentially over by the third quarter. Blowouts, big margins, really astonishing the dominance they displayed over the course of the season. I'm not sure we've ever seen a team so consistently dominant.
Well, I'll tell you, Brown gets off the floor so easily.
Tatum against James. Pass to Turkoglu. Howard with the ball. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. And he gets it back. The shot by Howard, no good. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And this is his second attempt at the line tonight.
At the line for the Celtics, Derek White, 1.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Graham. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
And the Heat making a change here. Brooks is checked in.
You know, the question is, do you leave him in? A third foul this early could spell trouble.
Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
Well, Coach, the Heat have had some deep playoff runs recently, making the finals twice in 5 years.
Yeah, Brian, and what's really interesting is that they've only been higher than a 5 seed once in that span. They just hit a different gear in the playoffs.
Oladipo's checked in for Chris Paul. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Miami's gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. James outside. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Miami shooting their first free throw tonight.
First personal foul. First team foul. 1.
And that one misses.
The versatility of James remains so impressive. He does so many things so well.
Tatum looking it over. Adams with a screen on Brooks. Knocked away. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over.
Celtics substitution. Number 30, Sam Hauser.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Coming out on the court, your Miami Heat dancers. To the fastest dance team in the NBA, your Miami Heat dancers.
And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. It's the Heat. They're up by 3. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Heat.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
Kevin Love out there with Dillon Brooks. Then it's Dwight Howard. Then there's Victor Oladipo. And it's Larson in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. And the foul called on Victor Oladipo. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Hauser passes to Horford. And Stan, the league questioning the use of load management. I know you've wondered if it can even hurt conditioning.
There's no question, Brian. Look, since the age of load management has come into the NBA, injuries are up, not down. I think players have been deconditioned, and that's even before you get into the need of guys playing together more to gain a rhythm and an on-court chemistry. You know, like actually playing basketball together.
A novel idea. Here's Pritchard. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Now here's Oladipo. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Brooks finds Howard. Now Oladipo. Driving inside, and it's Oladipo finishing it off.
Plays with great energy. When Oladipo makes successful drives, things start to open up for the rest of his team.
Outside Tatum, inside, pass to Hauser. The 3-ball. Howard grabs the miss. Howard's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Brooks. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Such a reliable mid-range shooter. Brooks doesn't hesitate when he sees an opportunity to rise up from there.
And it's Tatum with the ball for the Celtics. Trailing by 2. They defeated Detroit in their last game.
And at the offensive end, they were lights out in that game. They found all sorts of ways to punish the D.
Yeah, and for a coach, seeing your schemes clicking like that is very rewarding.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Changes for Boston. Porzingis has checked in for Adams, and Drew Holiday is subbed in for Hauser.
Substitution on the court.
For Miami, they've got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Pass to Paul. Back to Doncic. Puts up a 3. Tatum pulls it in.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
The layup off target. And the Heat shooting has been excellent so far, around 56%. Doncic outside. Adebayo in the post, defended by Porzingis.
Well, credit the defense there. Bothered him enough that he couldn't get it to go down.
Stan, we've seen a resurgence for Kristaps Porzingis over the last few seasons. What changed?
Well, Brian, he really dug down into the numbers, identifying his best shot profile and really focusing on that. It's helped his efficiency.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, "I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental is not. Once that all clicks, that's when you've got something."
Well, it's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie. Jaylen Brown, he's checked in for Boston. Derek White comes in for Pritchard. Doncic feeling it out a bit. Pass to Adebayo. Paul against Holiday. Clock at 6. It's hauled in by White. The Celtics have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Outside Holiday. Brooks against Brown.
And when you talk about Jaylen Brown, you have to bring up his two-way ability. He's a pure scorer who can also guard the opposing best wing. There aren't a lot of guys like Brown in the league.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. And he can't get the first one. LeBron, he's checked in for Miami. And he's good on the second.
A talented scorer and versatile defender. The athletic Brown is a vital piece for this team.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
He's had just one attempt at the line earlier.
First team foul. Now at the line, LeBron James. 1.
And the free throw, no good. Coach closing in on 2 decades in the league. Al Horford continues to put in the work.
Well, Brian, that's what it takes to make sure your body is able to compete against players half your age. He's never shied away from doing all the little things.
And time for us to look in at the best three-point shooting teams in the second half of the season. Number 1, the Heat.
As the season has gone on, the ball has gone in more and more. You like the trend. They're in a terrific rhythm offensively.
The first one falls.
You have to respect Brooks' approach to the game. He's always looking for little ways to improve and wants every year to be his best.
And Brooks drops them both. There's a minute 12 left to play in the first half. Holiday taking his time here. Takes a 13-footer. Again, the miss by Boston. Miami leading by 5. Here's James. He can't get that one to fall. Horford with some nice D. Here's Brown. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
Well, you got to foul Brown harder than this because he does convert well through contact.
This will be his third free throw attempt of the game. Adams checked in for Horford. Free throw good. Brown.
And he's showing a little more aggressiveness getting himself to the line here in the second quarter.
Paul passes to Adebayo. Now here is James. And that one's on target from the wing. James has got 10 points.
They got the ball to the right guy. James ready to shoot at all times.
And here's Brown for 3. Boston no good that time either. For Miami, they've gone 5 of 10 in the second quarter. Here's James. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. LeBron fires and hits a 3.
I just love the ball movement.
scanning the floor. 4 seconds left. Misses the layup. And so it's Miami. Closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. What has them in front right now? By and large, they're taking great shots. Back to the game after this break.
Welcome, everybody. The story tonight has been a solid showing through the first half for the Miami Heat.
Execution. These guys know what they want offensively. Their timing is in sync. That's why, by and large, they've played mistake-free basketball.
They just look like the better team.
And since we have a moment, let's see what other games are coming up tonight. Over at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, the Cavaliers will face off against the Hornets. That one gets going 7:30 Eastern Time.
I'm predicting a somewhat lopsided outcome, just saying.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. You know, LeBron James has been exceptional here, guys.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert, but we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and then we've got two young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in MYNBA and Chet Holmgren.
Kicking off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. And it's Porzingis in at the center position, locking down the middle. And Turkoglu gets it to go.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Since the All-Star break, these bigs have been real hot from the floor. Bam Adebayo is second. LeBron James third.
The challenge for bigs is not only to create high percentage looks, but to also finish consistently. This group, they do just that.
And having bigs who can score efficiently in the paint provides a great counterbalance to the perimeter shooting that we see so many teams possess.
And so he hits both. And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for the Heat. It's a 5-point game. Here comes LeBron. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. James has got 15.
That's been LeBron's attitude for years. Don't settle for a jumper when you can attack the basket.
And it's Tatum missing. Miami leading by 7. Doncic passes to Turkoglu. Holiday against Paul. Just 5 to shoot. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. The rebound, Celtics. Outside White. Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Back to Holiday. Another shot. And he lays it up and in. Holiday's gotten his second bucket.
Yeah, good execution in close. Holiday likes mixing things up and finishing from this area.
To the right side. Here's Turkoglu. Out to James. Classic move by LeBron James.
Well, he's getting all he can offensively and making the most of it.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players and coach a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday. Fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's as good a defensive guard as there is. Great size and strength at the point guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will, he is a problem on a nightly basis.
Victor Oladipo's checked in for Paul. Horford, he's checked in for Boston. Here's Holiday. It's going to be on LeBron James. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
Here's Porzingis. Big-time contributor on offense. Just over 20.
Wow! My goodness. Brown with the massive throwdown.
Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Pass to Turkoglu. Out to the right wing. Howard, the pass to James. It's going to be on LeBron James. That's his third foul so far.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Celtics trail by 5. Outside, Brown. Outside, Tatum. Holiday against Oladipo. And the foul called on Victor Oladipo. That's foul number 2 for him.
And they're just one foul now away from the penalty.
Horford outside. To the middle. Here's Holiday. Yes! Great play by Horford to set him up. Holiday's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, he's a good passer in his position. The veteran Horford is all about doing what's best for the team.
Here's Howard. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And we all know about Stan the analyst and Stan the coach. But when you played in college, what was your game like, Stan?
Hey, Brian, I had the game that would get you beat as a coach. I will say my greatest strength was this. I was never once accused of overpassing.
The black hole. That is Stan Van Gundy. And so Howard nails them both. There's a minute 54 left to play in the third quarter. Holiday passes to Porzingis. Pass to Brown. Porzingis sets a screen to the paint. Brown finds Porzingis.
Yeah, and Porzingis is deceptively mobile at times, which makes him dangerous in pick and rolls.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Miami. 3-point lead. Here's James. And it's James with the jam.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Now here's Brown. 14 points for him. Horford outside. Launches it. It's hauled in by the Heat. Doncic has got 4 rebounds in the game.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
James. Ooh, LeBron with the slam.
What an athletic slam by LeBron, showing these young guys how it's done.
Outside, Brown. Holiday, a screen on Doncic. Rebound, Miami. Howard's got 6 rebounds here tonight. From 9 feet out. Again, the Heat score. "36 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Horford. Howard with some nice D.
Oh, nice job protecting the rim. Turning an easy bucket into a minute.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my gosh.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
James, outside. Doncic, a screen on Brown. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
What a way to punctuate the third quarter. They've got the lead, and they've got momentum.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Eric Spoelstra's huddle. He implored his team to use the clock. He said the clock is our friend. No need to rush things unless they give us a free one. Let's squeeze them out of this game. Back to you, Brian.
Thanks for that, Allie. Luka Doncic is out there with Victor Oladipo. Then it's Dylan Brooks. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Adebayo in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Pass to Doncic. And good. Coming on the setup by Oladipo. And the Heat lead by 16.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Horford, a screen on Doncic. Tatum passes to Horford. Adebayo grabs the board.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Brooks outside. Love for 3. Sends it home from three-point land.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Pass to Pritchard from deep. He drops it from range.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Doncic on the wing, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. The Celtics making a switch here. Holiday is checked in.
Drew Holiday.
Celtics trail by 16. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Horford passes to Pritchard. Inside. Oh, getting it done. Horford gets it to go.
Yeah, Horford has gotten more selective with his shooting, but he's still very efficient inside.
Tatum against Brooks. Pass to Paul. Goes up at the stripe. Adams grabs the miss. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Celtics. They trail by 14. Now Adams, counted by Adebayo. Back to Pritchard. Fires the three. Knocks it down from distance.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Pass to Larson. Paul for three. Boston pulls it in. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error.
Okay, fans, time to get on your feet and make some noise for your Miami Heat Panthers.
Making a switch here. Howard's checked in.
Make some noise once again for your Miami Heat Panthers.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Out of bounds. Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. Here's Tatum. Boston on offense. Good momentum. 8 straight points. And the three off target.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
Out to the wing. Howard inside. Working on Porzingis. And the NBA has regular season games outside the U.S., all over the world. How important is that, Grant?
It's so important, B.A. I mean, basketball has become a global sport. And just look at the recent MVPs. They're mostly international players. So playing games in those countries has helped the game grow all over the world.
And so Howard nails them both. And the Celtics in possession here. It's a 13-point game. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
We're in the final quarter play here. 3 minutes in. Pass to Tatum. Money on the open jump shot.
He's so good in that medium range area. Tatum can create space and shoot over the top of the defense.
Here's Larson. Back to Howard. Brooks with it. Now here is Howard. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And this is something Brooks must continue focusing on. When he sets up guys, team chemistry improves.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now.
If you see yourself on the big screen,
And the Heat with some changes. Bam Adebayo comes in for Howard. And Richardson subbed in for Paul.
substitutions for your Heat.
Heat leading by 13.
Josh Richardson.
Outside Richardson. Three-pointer Brooks. connects from downtown.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Heat.
When you look at their assist totals, you can see why it was easier for them to score. The ball was really popping tonight.
And good things seem to happen when you're patient and willing to make the next pass. Their offense has flowed really well.
And this win will give them 12 on the year thus far. And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for LeBron James.
The scoring effort from him, unreal. Carrying this team, I mean, he was amazing tonight.
Porzingis in the post, hounded by Adebayo. Kick out to Brown from the arc. Adebayo grabs the board. And it's Miami's ball. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. Richardson, the pass to Love. No good on the three. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. Trailing by 13. Adebayo grabs the board. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
Brooks outside. Back to Richardson. So no problem for Miami as they get the win. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Yeah, they really fed off the energy. You saw their activity level go up. Just a tremendous performance.
And now let's check in with Allie LaForce with the player of the game. Allie.
All right, guys. LeBron, a superstar matchup tonight. What goes through your mind when you're facing that kind of a challenge?
You know, for me, it's never about an individual challenge or an individual game. It's about the team. Now, you do take the challenge anytime you're going against anybody, but you also got to have your mind in the game, too, and not make it personal. So taking the challenge, making sure your mind is in the right frame, and just trying to make plays for your teammates to be successful.
Thanks, LeBron. Back to you.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA.